welcome to our first Tea with Tanya. I'm so excited to have our student board member with us here today. So I'll give you a second to introduce yourself.
Okay, so like Ms. Board Member Ortiz Franklin said, I am your LAUSD Student Board Member for the 2023-2024 school year. I go to GALA. We're actually on our campus right now, and I am a senior who is excited to be here. I really like this Tea with Tanya. I really like the
This
idea.
is our first one. Thank you. And we had a great tour going around, seeing the classrooms here, looking at what was happening. Great culture here. But we're here to talk in particular about Latino Heritage Month, Latina Heritage Month, Latina Heritage Month. And I wanted to start by asking you, like, why does this month matter to you?
Well, I feel very connected with my identity, my community, my culture. A lot of my weekends are spent just like surrounding myself by my people and really celebrating who we are. I know I've been to a lot of festivals we call like Ramirez, and then we go to a lot of independence parades. So I'm very, very, very connected to my community. And so having this month, even though it's just 1 month, having this time to like really celebrate each other and give more people the room to learn about our community is so important to me. And I always love repping and including anything that I can that's about my culture in my dress wear. So I think that's the best part of it, where I get to dress up and just celebrate who I am.
Yeah, you should check out our previous Instagram posts. You'll see pictures of Karen at our superintendent address, at the board meeting. You're definitely always representing,
Yes,
which
always.
I appreciate. Yeah.
Love it. It's fun.
And I agree. It's 1 month, but it reminds us to celebrate who we are, where we come from, and where we're going. And, LA Unified is like 75% Latino. And so I think it's important that we are constantly sharing with the world the goodness that we have with our people. So I wanted to ask you about the term, because I'm a little older and I grew up with the term Hispanic that I don't use that term anymore. A lot of my peers still use Latino, Latina, but there's also, we were talking a little bit Latinx, Latine. Like, what are you using? What do your friends use?
Yeah, I think we have almost kind of moved away from the term Hispanic. I think that's kind of something that our generation has started, where we're kind of starting to use Latino, Latine, Latinx. I know for me specifically, I use Latina because that's what I identify with the most. But when we refer to our community as in general, it's really Latine, Latinx, because we know we want to be inclusive of our peers who have different identities, but we also want to celebrate like our background and our culture. And I think when I think of students, it's honestly just mostly the term Latino, Latina. And then we do see a lot of students say Hispanic, but now it's starting to kind of shift over to just using Latine and Latinx as a broad term for our community. But yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's important to ask people what terms they prefer too, right? Not only for your name and your individual, but how you refer to your community.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Latina was so inclusive for me. I love to use that term. And I feel a lot of pride when I get to use it too.
Exactly.
So actually, I wanted to ask you a little bit about what you did at your school recently, because we heard, but I think it's great to share with our viewers what happened here with your all celebration.
Yeah, we had it on Friday. It's just an awesome celebration that we have 1 hour where the entire school gets to go on our gala field. And during that time, we have different booths, and we like to make them interactive. We moved away from focusing only on a couple countries that represent Latin America, and we went a little bit more into arts and activities that the students could participate in. So it was like pinata decorating. They also did sugar skulls, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
We did ribbon braiding. So I know I like to wear a lot of ribbon in my hair. So we bought a bunch of listones, like ribbon, and we started braiding kids' hair. We were also able to have a parent who was able to donate a lot of candy that represented our culture. So we were able to distribute that to students and sell for our Latin American Student Association, which I'm president of. Like we love celebrating here at Gala. And we also I performed a dance for my school. And then we also had like a piñata where all the teachers would go and hit the piñata and see the confetti come out. And I think it's one of the biggest celebrations we have at our school, because we have such a big community of Latina students here. So it's definitely such an amazing time to feel very prideful, and we have so much music. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's my favorite event of the year, and I'm so happy because it's so early in the year too. So
Yay!
It's a really good way to start the year.
Good memories all year long. Well, just in our final question, I'll ask, like, what do you hope for this? Like, what message do you have for your community, for our community, about Latino Heritage Month, about Latino culture, just anything you want to leave us with?
I think the biggest thing is like we have so many of our people here in LA and in the district. So knowing that we're a part of a school district that encourages us to celebrate our culture and where we come from, it's just like to really take this opportunity to be prideful in who you are and really share it with others who are outside of the community too. And really taking this time to remember that you're you're coming from a lot of people that you're representing different backgrounds. So it's definitely something to remind yourself, like, please use this time to be extremely prideful of who you are. And even though it's 1 month, you can still carry that out throughout the entire year.
Yeah, I love what you said about how it's the beginning of the year, because then it sets the tone and people can say, remember when we got to celebrate? And hopefully we're celebrating all year long in our curriculum and our events and our family and community events. So thank you so much, Karen, for being our first guest on Tea with Tanya. We'll do a little cheers. Bye.